Let's take a look at this passage and see what it's really about. These are the times that try men's souls. The summer soldier and the sunshine patriot will, in this crisis, shrink from the service of their country. But he that stands by it now deserves the love and thanks of man and woman. What does this mean? These are the times that try men's souls. This time period is going to be hard. That's what that means. A summer soldier, if you know what a fair weather fan is, that's what a summer soldier is. A fair weather fan supports a particular sports team when that team is winning, but not when it's losing. A summer soldier is happy to fight if they're on the winning and easy side, but if they're actually facing a superior adversary, they're not going to fight. They're going to be too afraid. The Sunshine Patriot, same idea. Someone who's a patriot ready to fight when it's easy, when it's sunshine, but not when things are hard. Those people are going to shrink from the service of their country in this crisis. But the person that stands by it now, it being the country, the person that stands by it now deserves the love and thanks of man and woman. So he's saying that those who will fight now when it's hard, they deserve the love and thanks of everybody. Tyranny, like hell, is not easily conquered. Yet we have this consolation with us, that the harder the conflict, the more glorious the triumph. What does that mean? Saying that tyranny, in this case, the King of England, like hell, is not easily conquered. Evil things, big, terrible, evil things are hard to conquer. Yet, we have this consolation with us that even though it's hard to conquer this thing, we have this thing that kind of makes it a little bit okay, which is that the harder the fight is, the more glorious the triumph is. Now things are going to get really subtle, and this is really the important part of it. What we obtain too cheap, we esteem too lightly. It is dearness only that gives everything its value. That means that if you buy something very cheaply, you don't like it that much. You don't respect that much. If something costs you $2 or $3, you don't like it that much. But if you spend a lot on something, if something's very expensive, you value it more. So what does that have to do with fighting? Well, let's find out. Heaven knows how to put a proper price upon its goods. And it would be strange indeed if so celestial an article as freedom should not be highly rated. What does this mean? Heaven will, if something's really valuable, heaven's going to charge a lot for it. If it's not that valuable, heaven's not going to charge very much for it. And something as heavenly as freedom, like the celestial just means heavenly, by the way. If something as heavenly as freedom, it would be bizarre if it didn't cost a lot. It should cost a lot. It's supposed to cost a lot. Freedom is supposed to cost a lot because it is so valuable. Britain, with an army to enforce her tyranny, has declared that she has a right not only to tax, but to bind us in all cases whatsoever. And if being bound in that manner is not slavery, then there is no such a thing as slavery upon earth. That means that Britain's saying that that Britain can enforce its will on the American colonists in every situation. Taxing, regulating, imprisoning, doesn't matter. And Thomas Paine says, if their rule that they can do whatever they want to us, if that's not slavery, then nothing is slavery. In other words, that's definitely slavery. Because if you don't call that slavery, then there's nothing in the world that would qualify as slavery. What's his goal here? His goal is to let people know, yeah, things are going to be hard right now. They're supposed to be hard right now. You're supposed to struggle right now. Now, if you figure out any piece of this passage on your own, even the smallest piece, you know what? That makes you mighty. Here's why. You did it without school. You are now working ahead of your school. You're outside of the school. You are part of this educational resistance that says that you have the ability to learn this stuff without somebody wasting your time on pointless busy work. So if you got the whole passage, amazing. If you got one word, you know what? That's amazing too. Let's get to the next section.